A wolf already knows you're there. Before you spot it, before you hear anything. It caught your scent through the trees, clocked your direction, maybe watched you cross a clearing, alone, and quietly followed. The whole encounter already happened. You just weren't invited to the beginning of it. And then it leaves. That's the part that messes with people. Because a gray wolf is big, fast, built with teeth that are literally designed to hold down struggling animals. Wolves hunt in packs. They take down elk, moose, deer, animals that would absolutely wreck an unarmed person. And yet, millions of people hike, hunt, and camp in wolf country every single year without a single incident. So what's going on? Wolves don't attack people. You've probably heard that, maybe even said it. But it's not actually true, and starting with a clean myth doesn't help anyone. Wolves have attacked people, historically, and rare verified attacks still happen today. Some were predatory, some were defensive, and a lot of the most dramatic historical cases involved rabies, a disease that completely destroys an animal's normal wariness and basically rewires its brain toward aggression. So the real question isn't, do wolves attack people? The real question is, why does it happen so rarely given how often wolves and people share the same land? Because they do share it, constantly. Wolves cross roads, move near farms, pass through landscapes that are basically just suburbs with better trees. They smell us everywhere. And almost every single time, they choose to walk the other way. That choice? It's not mercy, it's math. Wolves are pursuit predators. They work together, they're persistent, and they're smart. But they are not some unstoppable elite squad that locks onto a target and deletes it. That's not how it works at all. Research out of Yellowstone shows that wolves test way more elk than they actually kill. They're looking for something specific. The calf that's trailing behind, the older elk that's favoring one leg, the animal that got separated from the herd in deep snow. They're not looking for a fight. They're looking for a weak point. Even a healthy elk is dangerous to a wolf. Elk kick. Moose have these long, powerful legs, and they use them. Bison group up and defend each other. One bad hunt, one broken jaw, one punctured side, and that wolf can't feed itself anymore. There's no sick day, no recovery meal waiting at home. So wolves don't just ask, can I kill this? They ask, can I kill this without it costing me everything? Now put a human in that equation. We don't have horns. Our skin is thin. Honestly, our natural bite is pretty much only useful for sandwiches. A lone, unarmed person is physically vulnerable. That part is real. But we behave nothing like normal prey. We stand upright. We turn and face threats directly. We move our arms in ways that no deer ever has. We carry stuff. We travel with dogs, vehicles, other people who might be just out of sight. And most importantly, wolves have learned over centuries that the weird little upright animal can hurt you from a distance. A deer has never come back the next day with a rifle and a grudge. We have, repeatedly. From the wolf's perspective, the human body is just the visible part of the threat. And that lesson got drilled in hard. We trapped them, poisoned them, shot them, destroyed dens, killed pups, ran eradication campaigns so aggressive that wolves were nearly wiped off the map across huge stretches of North America. The wolves that survived weren't the bold ones. They were the ones that stayed hidden, traveled at night, kept their distance, and treated human presence like a signal to leave. Those wolves lived long enough to have pups. Those pups learned the same lessons. That's not genetic programming exactly. It's a deeply reinforced pattern that runs through wild wolf behavior, and it still shows up today. Even in national parks where wolves are fully protected, tracking research shows them consistently avoiding areas with high human foot traffic. They'll live close to us. They just arrange things so we don't know it. You think you hiked through wolf country and nothing happened? The wolf made its decision before you got there. There are a few real patterns here, and they come up again and again in attack reviews. Rabies is the big one historically. A rabid wolf behaves completely unlike a healthy one. No fear, abnormal aggression, disorientation. Before modern vaccines, one infected animal could move through multiple communities, biting people, before anyone understood what was happening. A huge chunk of the dramatic historical wolf attacks trace back to this. Food conditioning is the modern problem. When wolves start associating humans with food through garbage, pet food left out, campsites, even well-meaning people hand-feeding them, everything changes. Human scent stops meaning danger, it starts meaning calories. And once that switch flips, you get wolves that approach camps, follow hikers, and don't back down when you try to scare them off. That's not the wolf becoming evil, it's the wolf being trained badly by people who'll never be around for the consequences. Habituation without feeding is a step below that, but still worth watching. A wolf can get used to vehicles or distant buildings without becoming dangerous. That's normal. The red flag is when the distance keeps shrinking and the animal stops responding to hazing. Wildlife managers aren't worried about the wolf you spotted across a meadow. They're worried about the wolf that walked through your campsite 3 nights in a row. If you've ever been in the woods at night and heard wolves howling back and forth and felt your stomach drop, yeah, same. But here's the thing, that's usually just communication. Pack members checking in, advertising territory, locating each other across distances where they can't see anything. The sound feels close because low frequencies travel far. The wolves might be miles away. What sounds like a circle tightening around your tent is often just the wildlife equivalent of a group text. Calm is your best tool. Don't run, face them. Watch what they actually do. A wolf that wants distance will take the out you give it immediately. A wolf that keeps closing in after you faced it, made noise, and stood your ground, that's the one you take seriously. Kids are more at risk than adults. Not because wolves have some specific category for children, they don't. But children are smaller, they move unpredictably, they might run or cry, and they're sometimes farther from adults. In regions with a history of wolf attacks, kids show up disproportionately in the predatory cases. Reviews of verified attacks confirm this repeatedly. That's not meant to scare you out of the woods. It's just a reminder. If you're in an unusual encounter with a wolf, get the kids close, immediately. That's not panic, that's just smart. Not because they're gentle, not because we taste bad, not because they respect us on some deep spiritual level, because we're a bad deal. We're unpredictable, potentially dangerous, connected to a species that spent centuries making wolves regret being seen. A healthy wild wolf does the math fast and decides we're not worth it. The safest wolf isn't the one that loves people. It's the one that finds us inconvenient and leaves.